Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we are doing another episode of the Q&A series. Now, as always, if you have a question that you'd like to be answered in next week's video, go ahead and throw it down in the comment section below, and make sure to stick around until the end because I ask you guys a question that we will cover in next week's video. So let's go ahead and jump in. The first question is coming from Ufergang. They ask, what is the best Legacy Collection figure? And that's actually a really tough question to answer because personally I think that Hasbro's best period of figures ever was actually the Legacy Collection. The majority of those figures are incredibly well done, but one that kind of stands out to me is the General Grievous figure that they released. The version that I have is actually released later again in the vintage collection, but it is the best 3 3/4 inch version of General Grievous that you can find. But honestly, if you find a random Legacy Collection figure, it's probably bound to be one that's worth picking up. The next question comes from Box of Clone Trooper Lot, and they say, I'm a big fan of antenna molds. Do you think Hasbro will ever make an antenna mold again? And unfortunately, I don't think so. I think as soon as Hasbro released that new vintage collection, the thin body, I don't know what everyone calls it, but the vintage collection thin body clone trooper, the one with the really like gangly arms and legs actually, the whole thing just looks terrible. But after they released that clone body, I knew that they were never going to release any more antenna molds ever again, just because they improved the articulation from that one. And now that we've gotten those new ARC Trooper figures, that one comes on a new clone body, I'm kind of hopeful that they'll be releasing something in the near future that kind of is a spiritual successor to that antenna mold one, where it looks really good, but it's well articulated and kind of maybe overcomes that body even, but we'll just have to see. Last week though, I asked you guys what vehicle you thought Hasbro would release next, and there was one specifically that I thought was going to be released, and I think that they're going to release an AT-ST. And I know that's kind of crazy because it's such a big vehicle, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's going to either come out in the HasLab kind of line or as a vehicle in the regular Black Series lineup. It just seems like it would be a really good fit for the line. It's a cool vehicle, one that's small enough that I think it would be reasonable, but big enough to be really impressive. So that's one that I'm kind of getting a feeling that they might release soon. I obviously have no evidence for that. It's just kind of like a gut feeling. But you guys also had some ideas. Jacob Barnett says, hopefully an AT-RT. I would buy 2 immediately. And yeah, I think the AT-RT is definitely a great fit for the line as well. And you're not the only person that wants one. Mr. McNugget 2 also says, they don't know what will be released next, but they want to see an AT-RT. And like I said, I really think that would be a great fit for the line. It's a fairly small vehicle overall, so I think it could be released at a reasonable price point. And they haven't even done anything prequel related for vehicles yet. So I think it would be a really good fit. I also think that the Bark speeders would be a really nice fit for the line as well. Again, because it's such a small vehicle, I think you could put it in at that $40 to $50 price point. Captain Rex says, I think the next vehicle will be Mando and the Blurg. I know it's not really a vehicle. Honestly, it fits in with that same lineup. So as far as I'm concerned, it's basically like a vehicle pack. But I do think that they might release something like this, maybe not Mando, but Queel. And I agree. I think with the success of the Mandalorian TV show and stuff, it would surprise me if they didn't try and release more tie-ins for that TV show. It's hard to say when we'll get it. They might wait until season 3 comes out, but it's hard to say. I definitely would like to see one though. I love the animals of Star Wars. Things like the Dewback that they've released, the Rancor and the 3 3/4 inch line always make really cool figures in my opinion. The question that I wanted to ask you guys next week though is, if you could have any figure completely resculpted, rearticulated, and released in the vintage collection lineup, what character would it be? Let me know down in the comment section below. And thank you guys again so much. You guys really do make this series possible. Obviously, without you guys leaving your comments and questions, we couldn't continue doing it. And I really love making this series. It's always a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much. And I guess I'll see you guys later.